Hello, welcome to Cranky Weekend Mirta over here. By the time we're gonna enter the next week, I will probably start it with 2.6 review, so the crankiness will subside, but the Mirta that you're seeing currently is a Mirta from a week back that had to deal with yet another round of Meritarena, and I must say the combat system of Infinity Nikki is by this point getting on my nerves. And I'm not the only one to feel that, considering the influx of posts on Infinity Nikki subreddit which deals with the exact same topic. So what I did was I recorded my own run through Meritarena. If I was to give feedback, I will say that the combat feels a little bit clunky. My Nikki sometimes stops attacking after using her attacks and just stands there, which is not very helpful. All of the enemies are health sponges, and sometimes the spam can feel like bullet hell, but mostly there isn't much of a danger, especially when using potions, of just dying or not passing. It's more that you spend quite a lot of time spamming your basic attacks, and it's exhausting, it's not engaging, and for me, it feels like it grinds on my nerves. What I will do is I will just play this week's Merit Arena section for you. It's up to you to decide if this is reasonable or not. And in the meanwhile, I'm gonna read posts off Reddit that also have complaints with the combat system in particular. I think we have more posts on Reddit than we do Merit Arena footage, because my Merit Arena footage is only 12-minute long. So after we're done with the Merit Arena footage, we're just gonna switch to finishing reading Reddit. I feel very validated that I'm not the only person feeling this way, and I am very sorry if I'm gonna upset the people that want this game to be harder. The main feedback coming from people, I'm gonna say, it's not that this is not about the difficulty, this is more about the fact that this was never meant to be a combat game. It doesn't have the latency for it doesn't have the responsiveness for it doesn't have the unique abilities for it, which means that when Infinity Nikki tries to become a combat game, it adopts all the worst sides of a combat game, such as giant health sponges and repetitive actions, it not being engaging, it being quite annoying, and none of the good sides of a combat game. So it's not that people want to take your difficulty away from you, it's the fact that people believe that Infold is doing difficulty wrong, and that they should maybe focus on mechanics that this game can handle and that would be engaging to play and engage with, rather than making health sponges and making spam bots that just spam all their abilities all the time and confusing that for difficulty. So let's just start this playing, and now let's, in the meanwhile, while you enjoy my combat Merit Arena experience, opening with a 45 health enemy, lovely, let me just read you some Reddit. The new Mira Crown Arena stage is badly designed. When playing the new Mira Crown Arena stage, be careful of the moving platforms. More often than not, enemies, usually the stronger ones, will fall down and they will stay there, safe and sound, as you will have no way to kill them. I tried Gonner's flying, but failed miserably. One word of advice, don't use Behewolf on those stages. After doing your best to dispatch all those pesky S-lings, you'll find a new friend eagerly waiting for you. The bear mini-boss, who's a tanky pain in the backside. This must have been the first time when the game really stressed me out, lol. Sorry for the rant. and mind the gap between the S-Links and the platforms. Well, I'm now doing the Merit Arena that's a week later, and we have a lovely other boss in there too, by the way. But yes, S-Links can just fall off the edge, and in that case, they're just gonna get stuck there. So this is not only pesky combat-wise, but just the design decisions here are also ruining people's enjoyment. I'm considering leaving Infinity Nikki because of the combat system. Am I the only one? Since the start of Itzaland, I've been having progressively more trouble dealing with S-Links and bosses and all that. They have too much HP. They are too overwhelming to deal with, especially in larger groups, and I feel distressed when I have to deal with them. The new Merit Arena had me in tears from frustration because I just simply can't deal with combat so overwhelming like this one. And I know it's pathetic. I'm playing Infinity Nikki from the very start, but I think that it stopped being a cozy game it was at the beginning. I've started to wonder if there's any more people who felt like me, or am I just being bad at this game? I really don't want to drop it, but the combat became such a big part of Infinity Nikki, and it's really stressing me out every time I'm forced to deal with it. I understand that feeling. I completely understand that feeling. Why do people whine about a little challenge? And the game has the worst combat for it I've seen. Doing the main quest boss fight right now, and oh my fucking god, it's already bad enough in exploration, albeit not as impactful, but this game has legit the worst input feedback out of any I've played recently. I've counted a full 5 seconds between finishing the weapon combo and being able to move, while mashing the direction key, and by then I already lost all my health because Nikki just stood there. I tried to find if anyone else was having the same frustration, and in any posts mentioning it, I just saw everyone responding with, "Oh, you can't handle the slightest bit of difficulty?" But genuinely, it's not challenging, it just doesn't work at all. Completely broken in a mechanical level. Again, this happens a lot during exploration, but in a boss fight, where I can't even use my own abilities, I've been used to. It's just a pain. Welcome to a giant post now. The combat in this game is becoming so ass. Presumably in order to force people to pull for combat outfits. But oh my god, this latest Merit Arena thing is the first time I've felt actual frustration with the game's combat. And I've been playing from 1.0, and never picked up any combat purification outfits because I never felt the need to. Until the fuck now. Is it fun? Does Nikki have cool animations, abilities, meaningful upgrades to her attacks that keeps the combat interesting? No! Just stand there and shoot. Except don't stand there, you'll get hit. Keep dodging. Dodging is on a cooldown, by the way, so don't dodge too much. Oh, and we blocked off the arena and the terrain is moving and enemies can push you, but you can't push them. Or even block them because, is it difficult? No, it can't be. Because that's not what the game is about. Well, we gotta justify the combat outfits somehow. So make the enemies spongier and put in more of them. Oh, and they have shields now. Oh, and we're gonna have at least 5 flying ones that spew shit at you from a range which you can't reach with your bow, but they can certainly reach you. Oh, you wanna focus on one enemy? Your honing arrows cap out at 6, so you'll have to keep zooming in every now and then, during which you can't dodge. And you lose line of sight on other enemies and their attacks. 6 arrows might be enough to take down their shields, increasingly it's not, but then you're gonna have to deplete their health, which is another 6. So zoom in again, except oops, you need to reposition and dodge more attacks and reorient yourself on the battlefield, and whoops, the shield regenerated, and whoops, another enemy just got into melee range and is doing an attack that cancels your animation because you can neither block nor parry. Ah, tough luck, buddy! Sucks to suck! Wasted your special attack juice too, huh? Maybe you could summon an ally, except whoops, it's buggy as fuck to the point where you might lose the entire run if the game decides it doesn't like working at the moment. Or they're glitching out of bounds and aren't useful at all. And even if they are useful, you need to keep track of them as well, or at least have them clutter up the already busy battlefield. Oh yeah, there are effects flying everywhere, by the way. And whoops, yup, there Nikki goes. She can't take many hits. You forgot to track her health. Those handful of little hearts that are surely so visible in the middle of combat. Just use the health potions. Oh, you need to open a different menu to access those, by the way. Yeah, no, the one-click slot isn't available in the Merit Arena, sorry. It's also on a cooldown, by the way, and only heals 2 hearts. Oh man, did you die? That sucks, haha. Good thing we split up the challenge into different areas. No, not for any checkpoint purposes to let you get in there where you left off or anything. No, if you leave you have to start all over again, sorry, haha. Those checkpoints only work if you fall off the map. Then they spawn you back where you just were, haha. Unless the game glitches out, of course. Then you have to quit and start everything all over again. It's just so fucking terrible. There's so many little inconveniences that make the whole ordeal so frustrating and tedious. It feels like they're creating a problem and trying to sell you the solution. And yeah, obviously you can find little ways to make it work. At the end of the day, it's just 10 minutes of grinding. But for a game that's otherwise pretty frictionless, it's really unbearable just how ass the combat is becoming. And my only theory as to why is to sell you the combat outfits. It's a shame too, because the idea of having those roguelike elements where you get to pick random buff in each room seems really fun. And that's the one thing that usually saves the whole gauntlet. But they cocked it up so bad, and for what? Bleh. Maybe I'm missing something, or have encountered too many glitches, or haven't maxed out the abilities, or archery, or some shit like that. But even then I'm like, why do I have to min-max for combat in my dress-up game? Laughing my ass off. And I ran out of the readable posts, but hey, we arrived at my favorite bit, which is the unnecessary boss of the week. I have popped several potions. I still have several remaining. I can claim them for free every single week, so it's not like I'm worried about it. It sucks ass. This bit sucks ass. And because it sucks ass so much, it's gonna become the thumbnail for this video. I'm so sorry if you disagree with me. I'm so sorry if this is like your type of enjoyment, but it's at the very least, I think we can all agree this is not what Infinity Nikki was at 1.0. And it's just, I don't think that this game performs very well as a combat game. And mind you, I'm using free-to-play abilities, so can I clear this? Yes. Am I looking forward to the next weeks of Merit Arena? No, actually, I'm looking forward to being done with all of this, and if my hunch is right, we're gonna have minimal combat in 2.6 and 2.7, because the next big double banner patch, and the next time when they might renew combat abilities and make things even more tankier and harder to handle, is probably 2.8. And I won't lie to you, I'm hoping that they rework the combat system again for 3.0. It's not even necessarily that I'm hoping that they're gonna make it more OP or easier, or this just feels so deeply as ain't it that I want anything that's not this. Can you see the spam? Can you see the spam behind me? That's been happening for what, 12 minutes straight now? That's what we do on the weekly now. It's just, it's not fun. And it's not like I don't play action games, I do. But those games are designed for that, and this one isn't. It's extremely not fun. And that's the only thing that I can say for myself. I can say that for me, this is not fun. For a lot of other players, this is not fun. And I'm hoping that Infold is gonna rework this into something more fun. And the next time that we can expect a rework, it will probably be 3.0. So it's not like I'm rushing anywhere. It's not like I'm super angry. I'm just not having a good time, and we have finally finished with the Merit Arena, so let's switch to the watchable videos on Reddit, shall we? This one is called I appreciate the effort Infold, but this is not how you make the game challenging. Let me just unmute and press play. I was spamming quite a bit of my throw in a line ability with my bow, but I don't think that this person has it, so they're just trying to dodge quite a bit of the spit that's coming towards them, because if you can't just like throw in a line, you can focus on the fish first, and then you would go for the giant health spongy enemy in the middle second. But if you can't do that, then you're gonna be doing a lot of this. And this doesn't feel thrilling, it doesn't feel fun, it doesn't feel like you're on a roller coaster ride. It feels irritating. It feels irritating to play. And that is like the biggest issue with these combat reworks and with Merit Arena. I'm happy that I could show you guys my own footage together with this person's footage, because then I can show you how I play versus how they play, and I'm pretty sure that somebody in the comment section down below will try to optimize us, but the truth is that a lot of people aren't liking it. New Merit Arena, stand and let it resolve. Now, this is advice for people that are having issues with their health. There are bow types that will actually work. I saw someone on the official Discord mention you can't just equip the health ability for the default archery bow and tag anything, and they were not kidding. Tried it out myself. Here's the new Merit Arena Bone Hammer Doll boss, taken down by standing on one place and spamming attack and occasional heals. Momo in his default archery outfit too, but trapped outside the arena, lol. All archery nodes and most of Momo's nodes are unlocked. The clip just shows the Bonehammer doll, but you can do the entire arena like this with a bit of patience. So, if you need help, this post just shows you a way to do it without excessive dodging. I'm not entirely sure that it would work for this week's Merit Arena, but by this point, from my perspective, we have, what, one more week remaining? And after that, it will be like done, 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 done. And hopefully we don't revisit it for a long, long time. And I get to go back to my chill dress-up game. But if you need help, this is help. There was also a video of an exploit separately that allowed you to just get on a boldy, and if you platformed with a boldy, no enemies spawned. So there was also a way to skip the Merit Arena entirely, and that was highly upvoted. And trust me, if people were finding this content fun, skips to completely avoid it wouldn't be the highly upvoted content, which means a lot of people like me are not finding it very fun. Alas, this is the bitchy weekend, Mirta. This is effectively everything that did not fit in the 2.5. I'm looking forward to maybe taking a break from combat for a while, and that will definitely help with my bitchiness. So sorry if these posts were a bit salty, it's just something that I have to deal with at the moment. And I am feeling very salty about it, and considering that I'm not the only one, I thought it might work as a standalone video. So hopefully a lot less salt in the near future. This was just a salty weekend of things that I needed to get out. If you really love the new fighting types, styles, archery, and all that lovely stuff, and you believe that having 45 HP enemies in every Merit Arena stage plus 150 HP boss is reasonable, more power to you. I don't override your opinion, I just have my own, and in my opinion, this isn't very fun. Hence why that's the opinion that I'm representing as myself on my own channel. I'm sorry if that upsets anybody. If you have an opinion on how the combat has been going for you, feel free to share it in the comment section down below. I'm just gonna continue marking on my feedback sheets that I don't like it. It hasn't been that much of a problem until 2.5. We haven't been dealing with so many health sponges. I think that they oversponged it, and it got on everybody's nerves. I think that that is precisely what has happened. Because in 2.0, it wasn't that bad. Merit Arena was a bit of a drag, but it wasn't like this. This is like new level on getting on everybody's nerves, I think. So tell me how you're faring with the combat system. Personally, I'm just gonna mark that I don't like this, and I hope that they're gonna make improvements to it or rework it again with 3.0. That's personally what I'm looking forward to, because no matter which way you take it, if you give Nikki guns and you make her more OP, or if you scale the combat back a little bit more and we have more of a puzzly aspect to it again, no matter which way you take it, either way, as long as they're doing something with it, we won't be stuck in the 2.5 phase. So this phase isn't forever, and I have high confidence in this phase not being for forever. It's just a right now thing, and right now doesn't feel very nice. Right now feels quite frustrating, once again, for me personally. So thank you for letting me rant. Make sure to let me know of your opinions on the combat system in the comment section down below. Have you been enjoying it? Am I the weird one? Has it also been getting on your nerves? Is it just the Merit Arena? Those are all my questions. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters that allow me to engage in a variety of different video games during the months, including supporting my Infinity Nikki monthlies and battle passes. And thank you so much for letting me rant, for listening, and for watching. I will hopefully see you on my other, hopefully less salty videos. Toodaloo for now.